What's up, guys? How are you? Welcome into a Sunday morning episode of the Daily Juice Podcast with me, Matt Perrault. You guys can follow me across all of my socials at Sports Talk Matt, and we are here on a Sunday morning, and we are loaded. I've got a litany of plays to give you guys coming up here on the podcast. Additionally, if you want the props, you're going to get the prop bets coming up from me alongside Andrew Erickson live at noon Eastern time. I am back hosting our NFL live stream every Sunday. Noon Eastern, 1 hour. We'll take you right to kickoff for week, whatever. This is week 2 of the NFL. Cannot wait to get back. I missed it last week because of the surgery, so I'm back now hosting. Erickson joins me coming up this week. Cannot wait to get going live on the BettingPros YouTube channel coming up today at noon Eastern time. Yesterday was a flat day. We went 2-2. Unfortunately, the pick sixes just were too bad for DJ Lagway. If he played a little bit better, Florida covers. Unfortunately, 20-10. LSU wins and covers. Tennessee, they cover. I was able to middle that game, which I was really psyched about. I laid 1.5 with Georgia at halftime, and Georgia wins by 3. So that game went really well for me. Notre Dame did not play well at all. They lose in overtime to Texas A&M, 41-40. Vandy wins outright against South Carolina. Lenora Sellers getting a concussion really contributed to that loss for South Carolina. Big win for Vanderbilt, though. Big win for Diego Pavia, who played well. Team wins. Big deal. How about Terrence Bud Crawford? We missed on that extra play with the Red Sox that I gave you. Wasn't official, but Terrence Bud Crawford. They tried to steal it from him. Vegas tried. 115, 113. I thought I was watching Triple G and Canelo all over again. This is nuts. By the way, that was the score of Canelo Triple G 1 and Triple G 2. Both fights, I scored 7-5 for Triple G against Canelo. They just made it look nice for Canelo. That was not 7-5. Sorry. Nope. Canelo did not win 5 rounds. But fine, they gave it to Bud Crawford. Congratulations to Omaha's own. What a performance. If that's it, 42-0, what a career. I'm so excited. I didn't think they'd give it to him. I really thought Vegas would try to steal it from Bud. They didn't. Crawford, huge victory. He only got $50 million for that fight. I only say only because Canelo got $150 million. If they want a rematch, get the $250 million mark ready to go for Bud Crawford. I wouldn't fight for anything less. There's no point. Legacy secured for Bud Crawford. What an amazing, amazing performance. Before we get rolling here with everything and the picks, have you guys gone and downloaded the new BettingPros app? You should 100% do this now. Sportsbook Sync automatically track your bets across all major sportsbooks in one spot. You can monitor your bet performance and by sport and bet type, including game picks, props, and parlays. You can also custom create betting systems to find winning trends and profitable opportunities. And the offer is tremendous. We have a 6-month special going right now for BettingPros Premium. To claim the offer, you just go over to bettingpros.com/premium and make a deposit at a partner sportsbook. Place your wager, and bam, 6 months for free for BettingPros Premium on the BettingPros app. The newly redesigned BettingPros app is available. Download it on iOS for free. The Android update is coming, so if you're using Android, hold on, wait a second. But the iOS is out right now for the newly designed BettingPros app. Go and check it out. All right, I got a bunch of plays I'm going to give you guys. We're going to talk our way through it. We've got other reads to get into, so we're going to sprinkle it, okay? So this is going to be a bit of a longer podcast, so get comfortable here on this. Reminder, we have the Dallas Cowboys. After the under teaser hit on Monday night with the Packers, we have the Cowboys at a pick here today against the Giants. So it's just a money line play. Cowboys on the money line, but that's a carryover, okay, to today here on a Sunday. We've done well this week, so I'm going to be a little bit more on the aggressive side on the plays, okay? And maybe it blows up my face, who knows, but we've done very well. It's been a very profitable week and a very profitable month. So it's week 2 of the NFL. Let's have some fun. I can't move. I can't do anything fun besides sit and watch football. So let's have some action on all 3 levels, early games, late games, and the Sunday night game between the Vikings and the Falcons. So reminder on that teaser carryover. So there's your first play with a teaser carryover. Dallas Cowboys on a pick. I will have a Wong teaser, but I'm not going to make it official. I will give the Wong teaser to you guys coming up when I'm on with Erickson. Right before we end the show, I'll give you a Wong teaser. But instead of that, because it's not going to be official, I will give you an official teaser. I was going to fade the Patriots. Okay, I was all set and ready to go to fade the Patriots. The moves are all over the place. I like the total being low and giving the Patriots 8.5 points. I think if the Patriots lose, they don't get killed. It's really hard to back a Dolphins team that appears just to be an absolute dumpster fire on every level. And while the Patriots are going down there and it's hard to play in September, the Patriots should be able to improve upon what happened in week number 1. And the Cowboys, I don't think Mike McDaniel really has a grasp. I look at some of the numbers. I mean, they didn't just lose last week to the Colts. They were dominated on every level. And yes, they're coming back home. And yes, it's a divisional game. And I don't know if they want to play for Mike McDaniel. I can't lay points here. Just like what I talked about with K-State over the weekend. I was like, you can't lay points with K-State. They're a dumpster fire. And they went and lost to Arizona. I feel the same way with the Dolphins. You can't lay points with the Dolphins. If this teaser loses because the Dolphins win by 10, so be it. I was wrong, and my gut instinct probably was right. And at some point during the game, I'll probably live bet it to get out of the teaser on the Patriots side of things, on the Patriots leg. But I'm going to tease the Patriots up to 8.5. I mean, the total is really low. It's 43. So I think it's a really good use of 6 points, that this is probably going to be like a 24-17 type football game here on some level. And going over a touchdown gives the Patriots, enough here to cover the 8.5. Patriots first leg plus 8.5. On the flip side, I'm going to go and look, I am fading the Giants. I'm going to fade the Titans. I'm going to fade the Bears. I'm fading bad teams here in week 2. I'm going to trust my own research. I'm going to trust my own handicapping as I went into the year. Teams I was going to look to fade, the Jaguars, like teams I was going to look to fade this year. I'm going to follow my own, thoughts. I have a whole little, chart written down and teams I want to fade. And 100% I want to fade the Titans. The Rams haven't had that much of a problem going east under Sean McVay. They're actually 18-9 against the number on the road on the East Coast, and they were 6-2-1 over the last 2 years, according to the Action Network. So they've been pretty good going east. McVay is facing a first-round pick, number 1 pick overall, rookie quarterback, and I think with this defense, with the way that they've played, I think it's going to be tough. I think it's going to be tough for Cam Ward here. I think he's going to get pressured. I think he'll throw interceptions. I like Sean McVay in this system. I like what the offense liked it enough in the home opener for the Rams. I just don't like the Titans. I just don't like the Titans at all. And, I mean, Stafford and McVay have been very good together. And when they're favored, it's kind of crazy. They're 31-9 straight up as favorites. When Matthew Stafford and Sean McVay are together, I'm going to tease it down and make it plus 0.5 point. Number's 5.5. Tease it down. I don't care about crossing 0 in this case. It's just a pick 'em. Rams to win the game. First teaser of the day. We're going Pats plus 8.5 and the Rams 0.5 point or a pick here for 1.2 units. Shop around. Find your best prices. Patriots, Rams, teaser. Pats up. Rams down. Bet number 2. Let's talk a little bit about what could happen here for the Lions and the Bears. Doesn't this feel like the Lions are going to beat the living crap out of the Bears today? I could be dead wrong, but it really feels like Jared Goff and Dan Campbell at home in domes have been so darn dominant. The Bears looked lost after the first quarter against the Vikings, and they were at home. And now they're going back with Ben Johnson, the former offensive coordinator for the Lions. And the Packers looked really good defensively. We were all so nervous about the Lions. I think when they play a bad defense, I think they put up big numbers here. I think they go to work, and the Bears are awful against the NFC North. They're 7-24 straight up since 2020, according to the Action Network. In the division, I mean, they just get killed. Indoor games, Jared Goff, since 2019, he is 41, 18-1 ATS in indoor games. And he didn't play great against the Packers outdoors last week. Now he's at home. Now it's Campbell having a chance to teach the guy a little bit of a lesson who comes back. You have, Caleb, I think the defense plays better. They're on short rest, which is not good. They played on Monday night. The Bears and Caleb Williams have had this happen 3 times where they played on short rest. They're 0-3 straight up, losing by an average margin of over 13 points. Give me the Lions. Lions, -6 here. I'll lay less than a touchdown for the Lions. -6 up against the Bears here today. I like what we've seen. I think we're going to like what we see out of the Lions coming up here for today. By the way, if you guys like what you see right here on the Daily Juice podcast, do you know I have another show? And BVB and the Daily Juice, we're partnering up to cross-promote and tell you guys about what we all do in different places. The Bostonian versus the book. Now, I am the Bostonian in this conversation. The book is my dear friend Dave Sharapan, who is sick. We hope Dave is coming back to the show at some point very soon. But if you want a longer form of this show, where I don't just talk about sports in terms of games, but sports topics, it's a sports talk show that uses sports gambling information to have a 1-hour conversation or so on the on the BVB YouTube channel every weekday at 1 p.m. You can search The Bostonian versus the Book. We're live on X Twitter. We're also live on our YouTube channel, 1 p.m. every single weekday, 1 p.m. Eastern Time. You can also go to the website, thebvbshow.com, to find out more information about the show. If you'd like to be a part of the Discord channel and everything else we have going on, if you like this show, chances are you're going to like BVB, thebvbshow.com, or at Boston versus the Book on YouTube and on Twitter, 1 p.m. for 1 hour, a 1 hour plus. Really, it's like 1:15 every single weekday, Monday through Friday. Right now, it's just me solo hosting the Bostonian versus the Book. Back to the plays. Let's talk about the Bengals. Week 2 with the Bengals has been a house of horrors. Week 1 almost was a house of horrors. Bengals should have lost on the road to the Browns. However, Trevor Lawrence stinks on the road. Stinks. 8-21 straight up on the road, 14-15 against the number. Hard Rock Bet, more on them just 1 second. They currently sit at 3. That's the number we want to go and get. 3. Hard Rock Bet, 3 for this. Bengals, Burrow at home. The Bengals haven't been good in week 1, week 2. I'll give you that, but I'm going to fade the Jaguars more because it's not a divisional game. And I think the Jaguars are going to be in for it here. Trevor Lawrence has now covered 5 straight games. 4 of those games have been at home. Jaguars on the road, whole different story. Jaguars have been bad when they are on the road under one Mr. Trevor Lawrence. It's Liam Cohen. It's his first road game, and it's the home opener where you've seen a lot of talk from the head coach, Zach Taylor, to the fans to get their butts into seats early for the home opener. He wants it loud early in this game. He wants the fans involved early in this game. I think Cincinnati, they didn't do it last week. I backed him last week. I'm going to back him again for 1 more week. Maybe I'm an idiot. Maybe I shouldn't do it. Maybe it's going to burn me. But at 3, I think this is a good opportunity. I think Chase Brown has a big game running the football. I don't mind the under in this game either, but running the football. And I think you see Joe Burrow and company bust out. I think you're going to see the offense bust out. I think you'll see this defense for the Jaguars get taken apart a little bit here in this game. Home crowd, Joe Burrow. I like this team today. The numbers aren't great, by the way. Burrow's 3-8 ATS in the first 2 games of the regular season. That's not great. Everything else is 43, 22-1. So it's a bit dangerous. Burrow, when he's a favorite in the first 2 games of the year, is 0-6 against the spread, failing to cover by almost 11 points. First 3 games, Burrow is 1-7-1 ATS as a favorite. He's a favorite here today. I'm going against all of that because I thought last week was going to be the time. It wasn't. Maybe this time. This time could be the time. We're going with Cincinnati -3 at home up against the up against the Jacksonville Jaguars. I mentioned Hard Rock Bet. You guys know that Hard Rock Bet is a great option to go and look and see for pricing, and they got a couple of games with really good prices today. They are our presenting sponsor for the Daily Juice. Hard Rock Bet is the only legal sports book in the state of Florida, and it's also available in Arizona, Ohio, New Jersey, Indiana, Tennessee, Virginia, Illinois, and Colorado, with more states coming online all the time, including Nevada, which will be happening here in a couple of years. You can also play the online casino for Hard Rock Bet if you're in the state of New Jersey. You can deposit $5, bet it, and you'll get $150 in bonus bets when you sign up and win your first bet at Hard Rock Bet. Head over to Hard Rock Bet, sign up, and make your first deposit today. Payable in bonus bets, not a cash offer. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida in Florida. Offered by Seminole Hard Rock Digital LLC in all other states. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Arizona, Colorado, Florida, Illinois, Indiana, New Jersey, Ohio, Tennessee, or Virginia to play. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? In Florida, call 1-888-ADMIT-IT. In Indiana, if you or someone else has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-9-WITH-IT. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER in Arizona, Colorado, Illinois, New Jersey, Ohio, Tennessee, and Virginia. Okay, let's talk about Denver here for a second on the road against Indiana. And look, this Broncos team defensively is really, really tough to face. And I think given that Daniel Jones has been a walking under, I mean, this is amazing. Daniel Jones in his career is 25-10-1 to the under in 36 home starts. That includes last weekend. I mean, the total is 43.5. It's Daniel Jones. He scored on 7 consecutive drives up against the Dolphins last week, and the game still went under. Bo Nix and company, their defense didn't play great last week. It played good enough. Didn't play great against the Titans, but played good enough. I expect them to be much, much better here today. And the Colts at home under Shane Steichen, I'm a little nervous early. Like, I'm a little nervous about this number. So I think the total is a better way of playing this, because I can see the Colts win this game. I mean, the Broncos might stub their toe here today, and I'm not really in love with laying points on the road, and it's down to -1 at Circa, which tells me the pro money has come in heavily here on Indianapolis. It opened up at 3.5. It's been bet all the way down to 1. So there's a lot of movement here on the Colts to take the points with a home dog. So I'm going to avoid the side here, and I'm just going to focus here on the total and Daniel Jones up against this defense for the Broncos. I think it's going to be a very low-scoring game, a very hard-fought game, and I'm going to go ahead and lay the under and take the under. Under 43.5. 44 is a key number, so if you see 44s in the market, jump on it. But open up at 44.5. First move was to the under at 43.5. I think that's the right side. We'll go under 43.5 here for the Broncos and the Colts. And finally for us here, I know this is a lot of plays, and there'll be more coming on the live stream when you want prop bets. I got more prop bets for you. I'm going to fade Michael Penix here. I like J.J. McCarthy a lot. I think J.J. is going to have a big game again. I think Jordan Mason is going to have a big game running the rock here. I think him and Aaron Jones will move the football. I thought, you look at the numbers that Baker Mayfield put up against this Falcons defense, I thought there were some missed opportunities for the Bucs to put up a bigger night, and J.J. McCarthy threw for less than 200 yards in the win against the Bears, but that's because the first half went atrocious. In the fourth quarter, he was unbelievable. I mean, just straight up unbelievable. The light went off. He figured things out. Now he's at home. Now he's in prime time. And now he's got a chance to go up against a defense that does get after the quarterback here and has a pretty good pressure rate. But I think running the football could be something McCarthy looks to do a bit more. He ran for a touchdown for 14 yards. I could see him running for a touchdown coming up here against the Vikings. And I think Michael Penix is going to have a tough day here today. And I think it's, the Bucs don't get after the quarterback very well. The Vikings are going to get after the quarterback. They're going to blitz. I think Brian Flores is going to confuse Michael Penix here tonight. Again, this is Hard Rock Bet, but you got a 3 in the marketplace. Go and get it. Vikings -3 here tonight. 1.2 units. Cincy also is 1.2 units, but go to Hard Rock Bet. They've got the best price in the market. -3 Cincy, -3 for the Vikings. So we've got more on the card to give you guys coming up on the live stream. I've got player props. Andrew Erickson's going to give you his plays and his player props. We'll break down the entire card live, noon Eastern time on the BettingPros YouTube channel. Go and find it, and we'll talk to you coming up at noon Eastern time for 1 hour, taking you up to kickoff of week 2 of the NFL. Once again, our plays for today: Dallas, a pick from the teaser from Monday. The Patriots plus 8.5. Rams catching a half a point. That teaser for 1.2 units. Rams pick. Patriots plus 8.5. Lions -6. Cincy -3. The under for the Colts and the Broncos, and the Vikings -3 coming up on Sunday Night Football. Those are the plays for week 2. My name is Matt Perrault. Follow me across all my socials at Sports Talk Matt. Every morning, wherever you guys get your podcasts, it is the Daily Juice.